anyway, so she's like, well, at the end of the day, we can do whatever you want to do. But what she don't know, bitch put fear in my heart. Word, I bet you this one do. You guys, it's your girl, it's your fave, Just Dej, and I am back with another video, you guys. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be doing a story time. Okay, y'all have been DMing me, y'all been Snapchatting me, all type of stuff, because I was literally going off on my Snapchat story a week ago when I came back from Atlanta. If you don't already, please follow me on Instagram, okay, at JSTDej_. But y'all have been asking me for this story, and I've been waiting to give it, okay? I've been waiting to give it, and I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to sing like a canary because she had me messed up. So let's get it, right? But before we get into the tea, before we get into the drama and the nonsense, okay? For all of my new subscribers, hello, how you doing? My name is Deja, or Dej, whatever, and welcome to my channel, okay? If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe for me, okay? And join the gang, y'all, because we get lit here, we turn up here, and we keep it real here, and that's just that on that. So without further ado, y'all, let's get into this video. So just recently, as a lot of people could see on my Snapchat or my Instagram story, I actually was just in Atlanta. So I was just in Atlanta with my cousin and two of her friends, and it was a good time. If you haven't, make sure y'all go check out my Atlanta vlog, because it's some tea and it's some subs up in that vlog, okay? A little animosity up in that vlog that'll help you understand this story, okay? So anyways, we ended up going to Atlanta, and this was on a Friday, okay? This was on a Friday. So I ain't even gonna cap with y'all. I ain't gonna cap with y'all. My cousin had her little friends and all that stuff, and yeah, that cool, like we all cool and stuff, but I'll be like, I need to invite somebody I know, like, you feel me? I'm like, I need to invite somebody that I know. So the character that we're gonna talk about today, that this story time has to do with, we're gonna call her Lil Goofy, okay? Because that's what she is. We're gonna call her Lil Goofy. So a background on me and Lil Goofy is that we used to go to school together. We used to be on the same team, on the same step team. Like, we used to kick it. She'd come over, we'll drink, we'll turn up. Like, y'all, we used to go to the strip clubs together. Like, we used to be in there lit, feel me? We used to have a good time. We used to have a good time. I ain't even gonna flex. So that's like a little background on that. So I'm 25, and we literally was freshmen in high school together. So that'll tell you how long I've been messing with her, how long I have known her. So anyways, y'all, so I take it upon myself, just because we was already talking at the moment, like what you want, like what you want for New Year's, like what you finna do, like what you got planned, because she had just went out of town for her birthday, and I actually had just got back from Mexico not too long ago. So I'm like, what's up? I'm like, you trying to go to Atlanta? Like, let's turn up, you know, whatever. So she like, yeah, she like, send me your flight information, send this and that, like do all this stuff. So long story short with that part, she ended up booking this flight, and she was supposed to be in Atlanta with us. So let's fast forward to the Friday that we were supposed to leave. The Friday that we're supposed to leave, I just came back from getting my nails done. I just came back from getting my hair done, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and Lil Goofy had told me that she had booked her ticket. So I'm like, okay, cool, like that's what's up. She kind of booked it last minute, but I'm like, that's what's up. So I'm telling her, I know she live far. I live in the burbs, she live in the city. So I'm like, if you need to, like, you could just come and spend the night at my house, and we could just go there together. You know what I mean? We could just ride together, so it ain't no extra stuff going on. I'm hitting this girl up all day. She's not answering. She's not texting back. I'm like, okay, so at that point, I'm like, well, my shit is packed. I'm going regardless. And I'm thinking she's just going to meet me at the airport. So our flight left around, I want to say like 10 or something like that. So my ride ended up taking us, or like, I don't know, I think we ended up getting there around like 8:30 or something. But I got up at 7:30. I got up at like 7:30 in the morning, because I had to vlog and do all that stuff. So I get up, and she done called me like 4 or 5 times. I'm not even knowing. I'm like, you know, and the calls are like from an hour ago, 2 hours ago. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? So you know, when you get up, you checking your social media, you doing all that stuff. So I'm checking my social media and shit, and I just so happened to come across her Snapchat. She on Snapchat. Sorry, y'all, I had like 3 shots. But she on Snapchat drunk as the fuck. She on Snapchat drunk as the fuck. I don't know what she's saying or what she's talking about, but she's basically just saying like, somebody took her car. I don't know if she's saying they took it or towed it. I can't remember. Somebody took her car, this, that, and the third. There was another snap of her. She's like, I just had to take a $60 Uber or whatever the fuck she was talking about in this Snapchat. So I clicked out the snap and I called her, and I'm like, you good? Like, I'm like, you good? She's like, I'm up. She's like, I'm up, I'm ready, and like this and the third. I'm like, you good? And she pretty much just like hung up. So I'm like, okay, I'm guessing she good. So me, my cousin, and her friends, we at the airport at the, like, by this time. We literally boarded in like 20 minutes and she's still not there. So I'm like, I'm calling her again. I'm like, what is going on? So she's still not answering. After she told me she was up and she was finna like be on her way. So I FaceTimed her. And she in a bonnet. A robe and some more shit. And she in the house still. I'm like, nigga, like, bitch, you know we boarded in like 20 minutes, right? Like 10 minutes or whatever. And then she started talking about how she had this whole huge incident with her nigga, and he did this and he did that, and he took our car, she ain't got no ID, all of this shit. And I'm just like, okay, like, you feel me? I'm like, okay, so are you still coming? Like, you good? Like what's up? And the only reason I don't feel like I was pressing her, but the only reason I was asking her is because I actually, like, we would split this room. So my cousin and her friends was in one room in a double, and then me and her was in our own room in a double. So I'm like, we done already booked this. Like, it's the day of, we can't cancel this. Like, are you still coming? So really in my mind, I'm like, you got your half? You feel me? Like, you got your half? Like, whatever. So I guess she ends up calling Spirit, because we flew ghetto ass Spirit. Speaking of, fuck Spirit, because I had this small ass tiny ass bag, y'all, and they made me pay $60 fucking dollars, actually $65 for this little ass bag. Pissed. That's why I don't fly with them now. Fuck y'all. But anyway, she's like, okay, I'm on the phone with Spirit. She called them and shit, and I guess they ended up changing her flight so that she could come out to Atlanta that Saturday. So cool, everything cool. We get there, me and the other girls, we get there, we have a good time. We get there, as y'all can see from the vlog, we smoking hookah, we at the club. And speaking of, y'all Corona Central in Atlanta, y'all need to get that together. Y'all got the cough out there, the clap out there, too much. But anyways, so we turn up, we have a good time. Mind you, that Friday when we got there, we was out all night. We literally didn't get back to our hotel until like 5 in the morning. So we get back at 5 in the morning. If y'all seen my video, it was like a huge like skyline. It was beautiful. You could see like the whole downtown, everything. So I wake up hella early, feel me? I wake up hella early, like the sun in my face and shit. Like, I'm hungover and shit, but I'm in Atlanta, like, it's lit, whatever. So anyways, we get up, we get dressed, we get coffee, because there was a Starbucks in the hotel. And the hotel was a little ghetto, by the way, but the view was amazing. So we get coffee and stuff, we get dressed, this, then the third. So she actually told me, she's like, so I land at 3:30, or I think she said 2:30 or something like that. Man, y'all, I only been to Atlanta one other time, and that was in 2018 when me and Jamel went for my birthday. So okay, just keep that in mind. So yeah, so she said that her flight landed at, I think, like 2:30. So at that point, we're done getting dressed and stuff, like, cool. We was heading out to get food anyway. So she calls me and she's like, I'm here, like, I'm at the airport or whatever. In my mind, I'm like, why didn't she just like Uber to the hotel? But she didn't want to Uber to the hotel. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, that's fine, like, we'll just come and get you. So if y'all seen in my vlog, that's when she was blowing my phone up. So I'm like, whatever. I'm like, we just gonna come and get you, little goofy. We just gonna come and scoop you up. Alright. So we go and get her. Man, y'all, Atlanta airport is very big. I haven't been there in a minute. That airport is big, okay? Way bigger than the one in Minneapolis. So So she steady calling me like back to back, and I'm here, like, you feel me, like I'm trying to find where you at. I'm like, send me your location. At this point, you could tell that she got a whole attitude. You could tell little mama, I mean little goofy, little mama, little goofy, little girl. You could tell she got a whole attitude, and I'm like, okay, but I wasn't gonna let that like bother me, you feel me, because me and my girls, me and my cousins, like, we was turned up, we was lit, okay, we was listening to music, we what? Rapping, we cool, like, we lit. So I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna let her ruin my mood. Anyway, she ended up sending me her location and stuff, and I ended up finding her. Man, you, before that, this bitch ended up hanging up on me because she was just like, I've been waiting here, and like all this shit. Like, girl, it's Atlanta, it's traffic, it's 2 in the afternoon, like. Anyways, so we finally picks her up, right? So we finally picks up Lil Goofy from the airport, and her attitude is stank, y'all. Her attitude is so stank, like, it's crazy. So she gets in a car, right? She gets in a car, and I don't know if y'all have ever had this happen, but you can kind of like, have you ever been around somebody or been in a good space, like a good mood, positive vibes, everything going well, and you get around this person or these people, and the energy and just like the vibe just get heavy, and just like, you feel me? That's how I felt when she got in the car. So me being that this is my friend, and she knows my cousin, and she knows one of the other girls that was with us. The other girl she didn't know. So I'm like, okay, cool, like, but I'm still like introducing her. She's like, oh yeah, whatever. I'm still introducing her to everybody in the car, you know, just a little refresher, I don't know, and plus that, just trying to kind of like make conversation. This girl didn't say nothing. She didn't say hi, she didn't say bye, she didn't say how you doing, she didn't say nothing. She just sat in the back, and she had an attitude. So we ended up having like, what was it, like a 3-seater, right? So us in the front, it was another row, and then it was a row behind that. So I look back when I'm trying to introduce her to everybody, and she's like sitting in the trunk damn near. And I'm like, why you back there? I was like, why don't you sit in the front? And this bitch was just looking at me like I didn't even say nothing to her. So I was just like, okay, turns the music up, like, that's fine, whatever. Anyways, y'all, so we hadn't ate, right? So we hadn't ate yet, so we ended up going to this place called Hattie Marie's Barbecue. So we go to Hattie Marie's Barbecue, and I'm vlogging, you know, I'm cheesing and shit like I do. Cheesing and shit like I do, as you can see in the vlog. Like, go watch that vlog, y'all. Go watch that vlog, go watch my Atlanta vlog. But I'm talking, I'm like, hey, I'm like, what's up? I'm like, you cute, friend. I'm like, you cute, like, you here, whatever. She was like, bitch, your face. She's like, don't talk to me. She's like, don't talk to me, because I would have never had you waiting at the airport this long. She waited all of 30 minutes. You didn't put $1 in on this rental, Lil Goofy. And if that's how you felt, you could have called the Uber. I was doing you a courtesy, like, but you got an attitude. I'm thinking all this in my head. I ain't even saying nothing to Lil Goofy. I'm not even saying nothing at this point. So I'm just like, I look good, I feel good. You're not about to like, okay, whatever. So anyways, we get our food and stuff. Cool. We get our food. And this is kind of like when it all started getting bad, y'all. Y'all know me when I tell my stories. I gotta give y'all a whole run up, run down, and then get to the climax. So anyways, y'all, so we stopped sticking liquor and stuff before we went to the hotel. We got Patron, we got Douce, we done had Hennessy, we got weed, we got edibles. Like, it's lit. It's lit, you feel me? It's lit. So we ended up going to the hotel after that, right? And I actually did forget a part. I'm sorry, I'm lit. I did forget a part. She did end up cash apping me like the money and all that stuff before she came. She ended up doing it like that Friday. So we was cool, checked in, boom. So anyways, we get to the hotel. We get to the hotel after we done got the drinks and stuff, after we done ate, after we done did all this running around, after we done did all this stuff. We get to the hotel, we eat, and we start drinking. We start drinking. So yeah. So we start drinking, and this girl, y'all, Lil Goofy had bought a 5th of Patron. Lil Goofy split this 5th of Patron, the cost of this Patron, with one of the other girls that was in the car. So if I split the cost with you, that means I drink half and you drink half. Feel me? Duh. So anyways, y'all, probably not even in an hour or 2 hours, shorty done down her whole half of this liquor bottle of this Patron. I'm just looking like, okay, feel me? She done drank the whole thing of Patron. But I ain't even gonna flex. I really didn't think too much of it. Like, you feel me? We drink, we drinkers. Like, it's cool. Like, I'm thinking you can handle your liquor, like everything cool. Like, I ain't even thinking what's finna happen is about to happen. So, anyways, y'all, what happened after that? Okay, so they had to run to the beauty supply. After we had been out, the other 3 girls, Lil Goofy, my cousin, and the other girl ended up going to get some shit. At this point, we lit. Me and the other girl, we drunk, so we just booing in the hotel. So shorty ass, they come back probably like an hour later. They come in loud as the fuck, lit as the fuck. Like, I ain't even mad at it. They turned up. So automatically, when she comes in, when she come in the room, she start dancing and shit. She a stripper, so she start dancing and shit. She doing her shit cool, boom. She body yada yada yada, all that cool. Then she just randomly, bro, oh, so all of us is in a room. She randomly just goes, you know what, now that I could say something to you, I just want to let you know that you're a fake ass bitch. To me. She said it to me. I'm looking at her like, who you talking to? You got some kids? Who you talking to? So I'm like, what? And she repeated herself. I said, you're a fake ass bitch. What? How? Feel me? I ain't even thinking she for real, for real. I'm like, Jerry, Jamil. Oh, stop listening to me talk.
No, I just got in here.
Get out.
I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna have my headphones on, babe. I love you.
I love you too. You high?
Yeah, I love you.
I love you too. Anyways, y'all, so yeah, so I'm thinking, I didn't even know my little Goofy talking to me. I didn't even know she talking to me. And I'm like, what? I'm like, how? Feel me? I'm like, how? Y'all, she goes because she was like, how long ago did you ask me about a unit and you never even let me do your hair, blah 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 blah, you letting other people do your hair, blah 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 blah. At this point, it's like word vomit, because I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about? And in my head, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I did ask her about some hair, about doing like a unit or like whatever. But y'all, that was like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, okay? And to be honest with you, I was just being nice. I love my stylist. My stylist be slaying the fuck out my hair, and I don't plan on going to nobody else anytime soon. But I feel me, I'm that type of person that be want to make somebody feel good and they ass up like, what, bitch, you know, like that. So I don't even think that she's taking that serious, or whatever the case may be, or even that this whole time she had an issue. We done had plenty conversations before this. Anyways, so I'm like, are you for real? I was like, that's crazy. I was like, you sound real crazy, like talking to me like this, coming from somebody who ain't bought a bundle yet. Bitch, I sell her, and you ain't came and bought a bundle yet. So I'm just looking like, feel me, come correct, bitch. Like, if you're gonna come for me, come all the way, like, come, like, stand 10 toes behind that shit. So I'm just like, but I'm thinking all this in my head. I never let no bitch see me sweat. I wasn't even like, whatever. So she's like, I'm like, so that's coming from a bitch who ain't bought a bundle yet. And she's like, you know what? She's like, that's true, whatever. She was like, but I be telling people about your hair. She's like, I be telling people to come and buy bundles from you, this and the third. She was like, I just told a couple people that the hair in my head was from you. Y'all, I was so mad, because that's some real bitter bitch shit. Like, what? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Whole time you telling people you got my hair in, but your hair look like the end of a broomstick, bitch. Like, how? Why would you do that? Look synthetic as the fuck. Like, that's not something that you do. And I was like, why would you do that when it's not even true? Again, I'm thinking this in my head. I'm still not even saying anything. I'm still not even saying nothing. I'm just like, that's strike 2. So in my head, I'm just taking note. I'm like, that's strike 2. I don't know how we ended up getting off the conversation, but we did. And it was really awkward for the rest of the girls that was in the room, because we was all just looking at each other like, yeah. Okay, so whatever, y'all. So in my head, I'm like, I'm just taking note. That's strike 2 at this point. So I'm like, all right, bro, like whatever. So later that night, we were supposed to go to the trap museum. So we get to where we going to like the trap museum, and we ended up just like chilling in the parking lot for a little bit because my parents did go with me, so we was waiting on them and my godparents as well. So I was waiting on my sister, my god sister. It was a lot. We, you know, black folks, we was waiting on each other. So we in the parking lot, we cooling. She don't have no purse or nothing with her. She don't have no purse or nothing with her. She ends up getting on the phone. And she started, I don't know who she talking to, but she just like going off about her she was just yelling at her dog sitter, basically. She's yelling at her dog sitter, talking about my dog don't bite people. I don't know what the fuck going on. I'm just like, clearly your dog bite people, but okay. So that was like a whole thing when she was on the phone. So whole time, me, my cousin, and the 2 other girls, we're still sitting in the car. She just walking around the parking lot. We're still sitting in the car. She comes back to the car, and she's like, so, you know, I just loyalty checked you. Like, she said some shit like that. Don't quote me. And I'm like, what? And she was like, I'm not even inside the car. She's like, my wallet been sitting on this back seat, and she's like, my whole life is in here, my money is in here. Like, but that's crazy. That's how I know you ain't like a real friend. Like, she just saying all of this shit, and I'm just looking at her like, yo, is it crack? Is it crack that you're on? What are you snorting? Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm just sitting, like, me and my friend that was in the front, well, she's my friend too. My cousin's friend that was sitting in the front seat was just looking at each other like, this bitch crazy. Like, what are you talking about? And the whole time, like, you a whole grown woman with your own shit. Like, if that's the case, you got a whole sweater on. Put your sweater inside your fucking sweater pocket. Or put it in your, I don't know, do something with it. Like, I was just blue. Like, bitch, what? Like, she was in a white jacket. Like, that's crazy. So, okay, that's strike 3, but I still didn't say nothing. I'm like, maybe she lit. Like, yeah, I'm lit, but like, even when I'm lit, I don't get like that. I don't get like that. I don't get hostile towards people that I'm with my friends, none of that. I be drunk, feel me, I might get a little sloppy just a little bit, and I just be cute and turn. Like, that's it. Like, so that was blowing me, and I'm just like, whatever, bro. Anyways, we ended up leaving the trap museum. But I forgot a part too. So we ended up leaving, before we ended up leaving the trap museum, she basically, the friend that she had split the bottle with, Lil Goofy, basically the bottle Lil Goofy had split with the other girl, she wanted to drink more of it because the other girl wasn't like drinking it. Like, she was taking her time, like she was just sipping it, feel me, real cute, just sipping it. And she basically was like trying to conversate with her about letting her drink it and stuff. So when she didn't want to let her drink the bottle, she was like, take me to the liquor store, take me to the liquor store. And she's like, because I could drink a whole 5th of the Patron by myself. She was like, I was just doing that for my, she was like, I could drink a whole 5th to myself, this, that, and the third. She was like, I was just doing that to like help you out type shit. And to us, which we all came to this as a collective, to us it was kind of like she was trying to make it seem like a money thing. Like, why would you ever think that you on a trip or vacation with people that don't have no money? What? Like, stop playing. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So that was like a whole little incident. So then we ended up going to the gas station and stuff. They get some switches and stuff because they want to smoke. So my cousin in the store, she get to telling me when she came out, she's like, yo, like, what's to her? You feel me? Like, she was in the store talking about, I'm so used to buying stuff on vacations. Nobody ever want to spend no money. So thanks for buying the swishers. Like, just being real weird. Like, bitch, it's $2. Like, what are you saying right now? I was so blue, y'all. I was so blue. I'm just looking like, in my head, I'm thinking never again, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm gonna deck her. Like, what is to you, bro? So, anyways, so we end up like going back to the hotel. She didn't end up getting no bottle that she was tweaking about the hotel. We ended up going back to the hotel. So at this point, y'all, we done drank Douce, we done drank Patron, we done had edible, we done smoked backwoods, with all type of stuff. Mind you, in the beginning of the story, I told y'all we was out until 5 in the morning on Friday. And we got up at 9 in the morning the next day. You feel me? So we like tired. Like, at least I'm tired. So it probably get a little bit later. It's probably like 1 a.m. and this is when all hell broke loose. This is when it all really broke loose. So she's like I want to go out, like let's go out, this and the other, which duh, like it's Saturday night and we in Atlanta, we on vacation, like let's go. Girl, I must have laid down and it was over with. Like I was not trying to move a muscle. I laid in that bed the entire damn near the rest of the night. Okay, damn near the rest of the night until they decided they wanted to go out. So I'm like, okay, like just I'm telling everybody in the room, like just wake me up like when y'all ready and stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool, like that's fine. I'm like, cool, that's fine. I mean, they like, cool, that's fine. And so they ended up all getting dressed and they came and woke me up. At this point, y'all, I am exhausted, I'm drunk, I'm beyond drunk. Let me insert a video. I was lit, I was done, like I was done, you feel me? Like you gotta know your limits. Ain't nobody gonna peer pressure me. Y'all remember taking Dare when we was in middle school? We don't give in the peer pressure. I'm tired, I'm good, like I done already did shit I ain't supposed to do. I'm tired. So anyways, y'all, so at this point, Lil Goofy dressed, my cousin dressed, and her 2 friends is dressed. They trying to wake me up and shit. I'm like, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, like I'm tired, like I'm not going. Y'all would literally think that Lil Goofy was a toddler, a little teeny bopper or something, because she just started going nuts. She's like, what do you mean? I missed the whole first day. What do you mean you don't want to go out? You ain't that drunk, blah blah blah, this and the third. Basically just like trying to come at me and shit. Like, y'all, I'm laying down, like I'm relaxed. I'm just like, you know what, it's fine. Like I ain't even gonna say nothing. I'm just letting her have it. I'm just like, whatever, girl. So then she gets to slamming doors. She get the packing her bags. She get to doing all this stuff because I said I didn't want to go outside, y'all. Because I didn't want to go outside. Whole time you got 3 other people that's ready to go outside with you right now. That's literally ready to walk out the door. Makeup, heels, hair, fit together. Put together. Real nice. And you like, what? So I'm like, you know what? I just let her have it. So whole time she's talking shit, but she's not talking shit to me. She calling people. This bitch done called her grandma, her mother, her brother, her boyfriend there is the reason why she missed the whole first flight and all that shit in the first place. She on the phone with him. I'm just looking like, this bitch is crazy. Like, but I'm still not even about to, y'all know me. Y'all listen to all my other story times. I be trying so hard with people. I be trying so hard. But come 2021, all that shit is dead because they be playing with me. But anyways, so yeah, so after that I'm only hearing her talk on the phone, walking out the door, this and the other. She ain't saying nothing to me. She ain't saying absolutely nothing to me. So probably like 30 minutes later, she ends up coming back in the room. And she sits on the bed next to me, right? She sits on the bed next to me and she gets to calling her friend, Big Goofy and Bigger Goofy. So she's on FaceTime with these 2 girls, right? Let me give you a rundown of the issue that I had with the friend that she was on the phone with. Me and the friend that she was on the phone with, we had our outs probably like 2 years ago, y'all. Probably like 2 years ago, basically over my hair shoot. The girl's a makeup artist. She wanted free hair, and I was trying to give her free hair just so she could do my makeup. I'm not even gonna cap, like at that time, I didn't even know nothing really about like an exchange of service type shit. I didn't know nothing about that. But to me, the value of the makeup was nowhere near the value of what am I trying to say? The value just, it wasn't adding up. And I wasn't gonna give her free nothing. I was like, maybe at a discounted price, but you feel me, like I don't know, it was just like a whole situation with that. But basically that's what she offered me. Like that's what she offered me, and I wasn't really trying to do that. Like I said, I don't know nothing about no exchange of service and none of that shit. And plus that, she didn't even directly say nothing to me. Her friend was in my shoot. A friend of her friend was in my shoot, and she's the one that tried to set it up. She never even came to me directly. She just randomly texted me out the blue talking about some other shit, talking about this is the type of hair I want, blah blah blah. So that's a whole nother story, but that was like a whole thing. Anyways, we ended up not being cool because y'all, it's a lot of people when it comes to these stories. But me and her ended up not being cool because she started talking shit. She started telling people that I was trying to give her free hair, that I didn't want to pay her, that I was being cheap, like all type of shit. Anyways, so yeah, so we ended up getting into like this whole like little thing or whatever. Long story short, I ended up having to check her about that. I told her to quit talking shit, quit lying, quit popping shit, especially if you ain't gonna say it to me. Like, that's some fool ass shit. Like, you're lame as the fuck. So we ended up having our outs about that. Then of course her and her little friend tried to kiki, so I had to check her friend. Like, I be on that. Like, stop playing with me, you feel me? Because I don't be fucking with nobody, but these bitches swear up and down that I just be doing the most. Anyway, so that's the background on the girl who she was on the phone with. That's the background on that. So Lil Goofy knows all this. She knows the whole situation. She knows everything. She knows this. So to me, for her to sit there and call her on FaceTime and complain about what was going on, still not saying nothing to me, but saying something to all these other people, I'm just looking at her like, yo, like, you're doing too much. Like, you're doing way too much. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, that was the last straw. That was the last straw. I was like, bet. So anyways, whole time I'm like, your friends don't know that you on FaceTime, like, that I can hear them. You don't have no headphones in. So the girl, Big Goofy, asking her, she like, so let me quit calling that girl that. Let me quit calling the other friend that, because I don't have no issues with her. I actually fuck with her. She was supposed to do my eyebrows. Now she ain't gonna do them because her friend is a little bitch. So anyways, like, we ain't like super cool, but whatever. Anyways, so I'm like, okay, bro, like, you're doing the most. So she over there complaining, talking about what was the fucking point of me coming here. This, like this is some BS. This some other stuff. Like, she's like, I'll never do this again. She was like, I'm about to call my other homegirl that live here. She was like, this dead. Like, everybody is sleeping shit. They lame as hell. Like, she's saying all this shit in front of me, bro. The other girls, they're not even in the room. They done left. They in the other room. She's saying all this shit in front of me. Sitting across me in the bed, popping shit to her friend that she know that I had these issues with this shit. Then the other girl that's on the phone with her, some little clear little bitch, some little caucus girl, okay, she over there, she popping shit. She's like, that's bogus as hell, friend. That's bogus as hell, friend. Like, you a fucking culture vulture. Shut up, bitch. And she's like, that's bogus as hell, friend. She was like, it's cool. She was like, you can wear your outfit in Houston for my birthday. She just like saying everything. And it's crazy because they asked who she was with and she said my name, so they knew I was in the room, but I didn't say nothing. I didn't speak, and neither did they. I'm lit, y'all. And neither did they. So I'm like whatever. Like, it's like, we ain't cool, but we ain't not cool. That's like the type of shit that's like what's going on. Now, the minute that this girl gets off the phone, because I wasn't about to give them other hoes a satisfaction. I'm sure they're gonna watch this, so what's good, but I'm not gonna give them satisfaction. My whole thing was like, girl, you did the most this whole day. All the stuff that I just described to y'all was one day. All of this happened in a span of like 5 hours. No cap. 5 hours. Like, girl, how you got that many issues in 5 hours? Like, what is wrong? What is wrong? Like, do you need therapy? Because it sounds like you need therapy. Like, she was literally just unhappy about everything. So anyways, y'all, so cool. They done popped their shit. They done talk their stuff. They done did what they thought was cool to do in front of me. Well, not even they. Lil Goofy, she did the most. I don't even blame the other two. They could keep their 2 cents. I could give a fuck, and I don't even have beef with the other girl. None of that shit. I don't care. But her, for you to be on vacation with me, for you to trip about me picking you up from the airport, you tripped about your fucking wallet, you tripped about you tripped about some hair or some bundles and shit, you tripped about damn near everything. Shit, she was tripping about everything. You was mad because you wasn't here the first day, like it was my fault. You mad that I'm not going outside the whole time. You could still go. Like, that's crazy to me, because even if I was out of town by myself and whoever didn't want to go out, I wouldn't get mad. I just wouldn't. I'd go by myself. Like, I would go by myself, go out, meet some new people. Like, but for her to do that in front of me, I felt like that was like the fakest shit ever. Knowing what she know, how she acted the whole day without me saying anything, and still was like on that after all that time. Y'all, I'm not gonna cap. I was lit, but I was in my right state of mind enough to let that bitch know what the fuck was on my mind. So I promise y'all, like I said, I was laying down the whole night. The minute shorty got off the phone, I stood up so fast I gave myself a headache, and I just went in. Because I'm like, you know what, at the end of the day, I feel like you're being mad disrespectful. You mad about your wallet. You was mad about your flight. You was mad about nobody picking you up. You was mad about the Patron bottle. You was mad about some hair, and now you're mad about not going out. You was tweaking on my cousin because you felt like they smoked a blunt without you, or did whatever they did without you, or took more of your weed. I don't know, took more of her weed than they were supposed to. Some shit. I don't smoke, y'all. I do edibles. I don't know. I hit the blunt a couple times, but I don't smoke. So I'm like, you're doing all of this. I'm like, you're doing all of this and then to put the icing on the cake, you're sitting here trying to bad talking me in front of me to bitches who you know I don't really like fuck with like that. And I feel like that was lame. After I invited you on vacation, after I came and picked you up, after I was still nice after the fact, like after all of that stuff, and you're really sitting here doing that. So y'all, I went in. I stood up so fast I gave myself a headache, and I told her, I was like, you've been really disrespectful all day. I'm sick and tired of you fucking trying me, and this is where it ends. I was like, you sitting here talking to this bitch in front of me trying to be funny, and I'm not with that shit. You sitting here mad about your nigga. I'm sitting here mad about not being here when it's your nigga fault, this, that, and the third. So little Goofy talking about what? She was like, so what? She was like, so what? She was like, my nigga do everything for me. He do everything for me. What do you do for me? Don't nobody else do shit for me? Whole time, this ain't even what that's about. I could give two flying fucks about what your nigga do for you, bro. I don't care about that. Like, you so off topic and drunk and dumb, it don't make no sense. So I'm just like, this don't have nothing to do with that. At the end of the day, you just did some like disrespectful shit. So I feel like she tried to make it about Big Goofy. Let me quit calling that girl that, because I ain't got no issues with her. She started trying to make it about her friend, but they all goofy to me because this situation is whack. So I'm like, but you sat here and did that knowing what you were doing. You did that. And I was like, and I've been cool with you all day. Like, that's lame to me. So she tried to make it seem like it was just over the girl. So she's like, what issues y'all got ain't got nothing to do with me. You're right. You're 100% right. But you knew what the fuck was going on. And this don't have nothing to do with her. This has to do with your disrespect. And then you trying to put the icing on the cake trying to be funny. That's what I didn't respect. And I didn't like that shit. And I told her about her fucking self. So anyway, so she's like, well, at the end of the day, we can do whatever you want to do. Don't no bitch put fear in my heart. Word, I bet you this one do. Stop playing with me. So after that, it just all went to blows. It just all went to blows. I mean, we this close. What? Stop fucking, what? Stop playing with me. So anyways, girl, we had got so loud to the point where my cousin turned us down the hall. They wasn't directly next door, but they was a couple doors down. So they come down and they're like, what's going on? Like, what? Like, what's going on? This, then the third. But they're like, what's going on? This, then the third. And I was like, somebody come and get this bitch, because I'm not finna play with her. She was like, nobody finna play with you. Like I said, I know bitch for fear in my heart. I said, bitch, babe, I will drag you all up and down the 51st floor. Touch it. Like, what's good with it? You feel me? Like, I'm on that at this point, because you've been trying me all day and I haven't said nothing. I haven't did nothing. I let you have your way. I'm like, cool. Then on top of that, she's dirty as the fuck, because she was definitely tweaking off some pills or some shit a couple months ago. Lost her phone and shit. I picked this bitch up, took her to go and find it and some more shit. And she damn near thought that I had something to do with it. That girl, that's a whole nother story time too. But it's just crazy to me that, like, you really think that you know somebody and fuck with somebody, and it really don't be that. And I've never been no disloyal friend or companion or none of that shit to nobody. So like, when people be doing that shit to me, that bothers the fuck out of me. Like, you're whack. You're whack, bitch. Like, y'all, even rethinking about it, I'm pressed. Anyways, so girl, got so bad to the point where my cousin and they ended up leaving the room. We still yelling, we still going at it, because I'm this close to really butting heads for real. Like, we told us so at this point. So security gets fuck, I wasn't supposed to say that yet, but we hear another knock at the door. Y'all, it's fucking security at the door. It's security at the door. They like, we've been getting noise complaints. We just want to know if everything is okay up here. Y'all, my nostrils flaring. Feel me? That's what happens when I get mad. My nostrils flaring. I'm like, yup. My voice get deep. It's cracking and shit. I'm mad. Like, I'm mad. So anyways, I end up leaving the room. And, well, security ended up leaving. I ended up leaving the room and going down to my cousin's room for a little bit. And then after that, I probably came back in the room after like an hour. Everybody in my cousin's room was asleep at this point. Ain't nobody going out. The vibes are bad. It's just not worth it. Like, it's just fuck it. Whole time I still gotta sleep in a room with this girl after all of this. So probably after like an hour, I ended up going back up into the room, and this bitch is trying to talk to me. She's trying to say words to me. She's trying to communicate. She's trying to communicate with me now. So now you want to talk. Now that I done cussed you out and told you I would beat your ass, now you want to talk to me. Like, y'all, I was blue. I was so blue. I'm like, is it crack that you are smoking? Like, yo, what is to you females, bro? Like, anyways, so after that, she talking. She was like, well, that whole situation with y'all have nothing to do with me. And she's like, I'm glad that you the only person that got to talk about how you felt, this and the third. And she was just like, if you don't want to fuck with me no more, then like, that's cool. Because I told her, I was like, your bridge is fucking burned. After this, don't ever fuck with me ever again. I don't give a fuck if you walk out the door right now and get hit by a bus. Don't call me. Don't nothing. Don't talk to me. Like, you're done. Don't talk to me. You're disrespectful and you're corny. So she talking, and to me that was kind of like her way of attempting to apologize. But bitch, that's not an apology. You did all that shit on the phone, capping and shit, call everybody that you called on a group FaceTime and say that shit. Fuck is you talking about? So I'm just like, whatever, bro. So she talking. I ain't even saying nothing. I'm wiping off my makeup, I'm taking off my clothes, putting on my pajamas, and tying my head up while she talking. I'm not saying nothing, bro, because I'm done. You done got me all on my body, bitch, and now you want to talk to me? No. So anyway, so we ended up going to sleep and stuff. Like I said, we had to be in the same room the whole like night and stuff. The next day we obviously wasn't talking. She was in and out the room. I don't know where she was going. She ain't had no car. She probably was Ubering. I don't know. I heard this bitch went to the aquarium. Feel me? About her lonely. Feel me? Cue speaker knockers. Play the speaker knockers for that bitch, because yeah, like, you did too much. So then me and my friend, we was just hanging out, and I was just hanging out with my parents and my godparents and my god sister and all that stuff. And we was cool, and we went to the Trap Museum that Sunday. We had went to Frost Bistro. That's Rashida and Kurt's restaurant. That was good. So we did all of that stuff. So after that, like that night, I probably didn't get in until like 3 in the morning or something. So she in there, she sleeping shit, cool, whatever. Then my other friend left, because my cousin and her friend, one of her friends, left on Sunday, and then her other friend left Sunday too, but like at 10 o'clock. So me and her was just kicking it, and then me and Lil Goofy left on Monday in the morning. So anyways, I set up my little lifts. Or whatever, and I set up my little lifts, and for me, just for me, so I can go to the airport or whatever. I set my alarm and stuff, and yeah, so I go to the airport. I get in my lifts. She had already left the room and stuff that morning. She had already left the room and stuff that like before I even like got my stuff and left. So I get down there, my lift's already there in the front, black car, real nice. I get in that bitch. What? Benz. No, with no Benz, I'm flexing, but I get up in that bitch. It's nice, it's cool or whatever. She just watching me get in there like, yeah ho, plays G Herbo, like, stop playing with me. So anyways, I get up in the Uber. I get to the airport and stuff. I don't know how she got there. I don't care how she got there. All I know is I was on the flight, and I ended up seeing her on the flight. That's it. Now when I came home, that's when everything kind of started to unfold, and I was like, oh yeah, you bitches ain't about to tweak with me for free. Y'all could cap online for free, but I'm gonna take it to YouTube where I can get a coin from it, period. So I'm like, whatever. I'm on my story and shit. I'm talking, I'm on my story and shit. I go on Snapchat. This bitch done deleted me. She don't block me. She on Facebook stuff and writing statuses and shit. Lil Goofy writing statuses and shit about me doing all of that. So if y'all saw my Snap story, my Insta story, y'all see I was on there kind of talking about it a little bit. And here come her friend who I had the little issue with the hell with, and her sidekick watching my story on Instagram. Whole time they don't never watch my Instagram story. Never. I ain't never seen them watch my Instagram story ever. Somebody was talking because I had so many views on my story that day, and I'm just like, y'all love drama. Me too, so it's fine. Y'all love drama. I'm like, that's cool. I'm gonna bring it then. Like, I'm gonna take it to YouTube where I can get a coin since y'all want to play with me. So I'm like, whatever. So that was like a whole little incident. That was just like a whole little thing. But then her friend, so the white girl, that clear ass girl, her friend, she, you know what? I ain't even gonna do that. Actually, yes, I am, because they tried to play with me. So I'm friends with her nigga on Snapchat. Man, y'all, her nigga been on my heels for the longest. Okay, he probably been on a lot of females' heels, but he been on my heels for the longest since high school. Okay, and I ended up messaging him on Snapchat. I'm like, look, I'm like, get your culture vulture ass girlfriend. Get her before I grab her, snatch her up, because like y'all doing too much. Like, I'm still mad. I probably shouldn't did all that, but I don't give a fuck. I said, stop playing with me, ho. So that was like a whole thing. I'm like, come get shorty, like she doing too much. So he ended up checking his bitch, because he like, I told her to stay out of drama and stay out that shit. Like damn, like that's fucked up. She said she ain't even had nothing to do with it. She didn't even say nothing. Bullshit. But it's cool. Because I got something for her. Like, bitch, I can have your nigga now. If I was really cut like that. But it's fine. It is what it is. Anyways, y'all, that was just like a whole huge thing for no reason. I don't feel like I was wrong. Shorty ass crazy. She needs to quit drinking. She did too much, and I'm done. Like, I just feel like everybody is not out of town material. Everybody is not trip material, and I just need to learn how to pick better friends, because they do too much. They do shit that makes me feel like they be envious, and just like they be on some hating ass shit, and that's crazy, because I ain't even cut like that. But yeah, y'all, I'm washing my hands with it. I had to come get my 2 cents, because they wanted to cap on the internet, and I wasn't feeling that. And I'm always gonna stand 10 toes behind myself, as any woman should. So anyways, y'all, that's the tea. That's the whole rundown. That's the story. I don't know how long this video gonna be. I'm finna try to put it up. It's gonna be very mild edits. Don't talk about me. I'm lit. So yeah, anyways, y'all, let me know what y'all thought about this video. Let me know what y'all would have did. Let me know in the comments below what y'all would have done in this situation, okay? Let me know if I'm just being too nice to these hoes. Let me know if I need to put my foot on their neck, because I feel like that's what I need to do. But yeah, let me know if y'all about y'all experiences, if y'all ever had this happen, how y'all handled it. Like, let's talk, okay? I can't wait to see y'all in the comments. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, y'all. So until next time, peace.